The landlord has to keep the unit habitable, it needs to be safe, and it needs to be in good repair.
Ontario landlords are expected to provide certain basic services, and when they break down, they're expected to take action. If not, there are steps tenants can take to get things done.
Generally speaking, irrespective of how the damage occurred, the landlord is responsible for getting it fixed. Now, the landlord has recourse. They can always allege or go after tenants to say you did the damage, but the responsibility to repair, replace, fix, that lies with the landlord.
If a vital service like the boiler or water supply breaks down, the tenant is supposed to inform the landlord and it needs to be fixed in a reasonable amount of time. If it's going to take a while to repair, the landlord needs to provide alternatives while the tenant waits.
It can involve space heaters, it can involve alternate accommodations.
If the tenant feels the landlord is not making enough of an effort to resolve or mitigate the issue in a timely manner, they can call their city's Municipal Licensing and Standards Department. In Toronto, that's 311.
What they have the ability to do is to send a bylaw officer, an inspector, to attend to your unit to see what the issues are, and if those issues rise to the point of being an infraction of the bylaws about keeping units in good repair, then they can issue an order ordering the landlord to do that work.
The Rental Housing Enforcement Unit can also be called.
It's a provincial agency, and they're responsible for looking into investigating offenses under the Residential Tenancies Act. So there's actually a number of offenses that landlords or tenants are not supposed to do, and the Rental Housing Enforcement Unit is the agency that goes in, reviews those, and if necessary, lays charges.
The agency can use its authority to try and compel the landlord to make the necessary fixes.
They can say, we will threaten to charge you, we could take this further, you could have to appear before a tribunal or a court to answer to these charges.
How long is a tenant supposed to wait in terms of escalating it to that point?
What I would say is that if you're in your unit and you feel it is unsafe, if you feel that you have given your landlord some reasonable amount of time, maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2, you haven't heard back, don't be hesitant to call and utilize these services.
And if the landlord believes the tenant has broken the rules of the Residential Tenancies Act, they have the right to do the same. Dilshad Burman, City News.